I'm Joseph Montfort. This is my car, Morris Mini Minor, 1961. It used to belong to my father in the 60s. He sold it in 1970 or 71, and he died in 1981, and I wanted to buy it back to restore it in his memory. I bought it back, I think, about 2002 and restored it. It took me 2.5 years to restore it. When I was very young, in the 60s, I used to enjoy riding in it too. I always like the push start. It has a push button on the floor. I don't use it every day, just for shows or a ride on Sundays and public holidays. It's always in the garage with the cover on.
Body works that needed to be done, the repairs. Painting stage 1, painting stage 2. This was all done in Paris in 2011. And then the coat starts coming up. All the parts, the motor of the wipers is still 1965, it's still the original motor. And that's the car ready. It was bought from an auction in England called Bonhams, and then it was sent straight to Paris for 3 years, and it was refurbished in Paris all for 3 whole years. Everything's original. It's a 1965. It's one of only 400 in the world. It's an S970, and that's just basically it. This was bought from an auction in England by my father-in-law. And Strengths, he has a 27 car collection. He has 27 classic cars. This is just one of 27. And he buys them from abroad, he gets them refurbished abroad, and gets them all sent with this book. So everything is proper and proper. They're kept in a garage with an air conditioning, rubber flooring. Well, there's a guy that's 24 hours a day just taking care of them. It's like a go-kart. It's like a go-kart. It's a beautiful car. Exciting, different. It's mechanical, it's not electronic. But you can't drive them for too long in Malta because it's so hot. Then the engines will overheat. So we can drive them for an hour, not 2 hours, and then we still have it. We have 5 of them, Alice. My mother's husband-in-law, he purchased the Mini that his father bought him 35 years ago. He found it again, and he purchased it back, and he refurbished it and has it in the garage. I mean, they've been around for, 50, 60 years now, so, you know?
basically a 1968 car. It's fully restored and it's always been in Malta, fully restored by the owner himself. It took 1 year for him to restore it. This is not his field of work. and he's done it as a hobby and he's completed the job by himself. From all the metalwork, all the furniture inside, totally originally, everything original from Volkswagen. Whatever he could not find in Malta, we got from Germany and England. And the only thing he has not done is the tapestry. The rest was all done by himself here in his garage. We all go over to the sea with it, take the family. It's used as a runner, I mean, it still runs on the road, it's not just for competitions.
I can't help but notice you coming down the street, smiling so dearly at everyone you meet. And I can't help but notice you throwing me a glance, a wink telling me there's a chance. I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you. No other couldn't.
This nice vintage car, MGTD, from the year 1950. Nearly 70 years, it's the owners. I'm the third owner. It's a rally car, it's a sports car. It starts with the handle as well. So when I drive the car, the steering is very flexible. It's easy, very easy to control. I bought it directly from the owner, who was a millionaire, this man. And after he started crying, you know, after I really, he started crying, I don't know, but he felt crying for nearly 15 minutes. And when I remember, because he stated to me, please don't change anything, because this is everything original. And I respect his feelings, I respect his saying. I take care of it, I love it, you know, I'm not just only the owner, I love the car, you know. I love it.
Darling, like you do, 'cause I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you.
Thank you very much.
Very nice to see you.
Would you like to wear my jacket?
You can wear my jacket.
My name is Carlo Gallia. I'm Maltese. I've got a museum, car museum in Malta, which is 3,500 square meters. And we have about 110 cars, plus bikes, the cinema, vending machines, audio boxes, and all this stuff. This car particularly, this is the first Jaguar E-Type, serious one, which a friend of mine, he bought it in 1953. The car, it came to Malta 1955, 65, and I find it after 50 years in a garage, which it had some details, so we made the restoration, because I do have the restoration area myself.
I said life is for living. Let's see where this song might lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the period costume competition, the people who dressed up in special costumes for this event, thank you. The Valletta Concours d'Elegance 2019, ladies and gentlemen, signori, il best in show. And the winner of the Valletta Concours d'Elegance 2019. The mayor of Valletta raising the trophy. Who is it going to go to? Anticipation. The car is from 1961. The car number is 7. It's a Jaguar E-Type Series 1 Roadster, and it's owned by Chris Kakia.
My name's Nick Waller. I'm lucky enough to be the chief judge at the Valletta Concours d'Elegance in 2019, and it's been a great privilege to work here and to have been invited to this wonderful event. We've got some wonderful cars this year, really high standard of cars from all over the island and from abroad, and it's been a real wonderful event. My team of judges have been super, the organisers have been perfect. It's just been a great day. A little bit hot, but it's been a great day. And it's nice to have it in the centre of a town and centre of the city, because so often these large events are held on golf courses or out in the countryside, but to be right in the heart of such a historic city, it's a huge privilege and it's a great different event. And I think that's what makes, I hope, the concours' future very secure. I think it is going to grow over the years, and I think it's going to become a very popular destination at this time of year. It's a wonderful city to come to, so historic, so much to see, so much to do. I wish I was staying here longer. Sadly, I have to go back to England tomorrow, but it's just, I'm coming back. I was telling the mayor earlier that I'm coming back in the autumn, hopefully, and spend some time here.
This year we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Mini.
Yes.
Did you drive one?
I
did.
Do
you have any memories of?
Yeah, well, two. I owned two Minis for a short while. I inherited my mother's Mini, which it was a pale blue. It wasn't a Cooper, sadly, but it was a pale blue Mini Minor, and its registration number was 813 CYO. Great little car with the string door handles, and that was one of the first cars I ever drove on the road. Sadly, it kind of disappeared. I don't even know where it went now. And then I had another white Mini, which I haired around when I was at art school in, and that was, again, lots of memories. So Mini is such an important car in my life, such an important car in the world, it really is. And I can't believe that it's 60 years old. Mind you, I'm 60 years old, so I can't believe that either. But yeah, great cars.
If you had the chance to meet Alex Sigonis,
I wouldn't be able to tell him anything because he knows far more than me. I would ask him to try and redesign the suspension, because Minis are so bouncy. You forget, when we're so used to modern cars with their wonderful suspension, you get in a Mini and you drive over bumpy, you're like this the whole time, and it brings all the memories back. But they are such fun cars. You can drive fast and you feel like you're going 120 miles an hour and you're only doing 50, but it's just a wonderful package. Yeah, one of the great classics.
What is your favorite classic car?
God, the list is too long. We probably haven't got long enough. But I'm a great fan. I'm a great fan of Alfa Romeo. I own a couple of Alfa Romeos. I've had Alfa Romeos in the past. I'm a huge fan of Bentley, and of course Bentley are celebrating their centenary this year. 100 years in the business, 100 years since W.O. Bentley started the company, and I am a massive fan of Bentley. They have just been so British. They are the most wonderfully British brand. Back in the vintage days, the pre-war days, if you weren't anybody, you had to be driving a Bentley. And so yeah, Bentley's always featured. Race cars, my father was a great friend of a guy called Briggs Cunningham, who built his own cars in America and raced at Le Mans. And so they're very small. There aren't many Cunninghams in the world, but I love Cunninghams. Pretty well anything. If I had to have a garage, it would have to hold about 120 cars.
Wow.
But no, it's a great passion, and it will hopefully go on and grow and get younger people involved, because the generations move on. We need to encourage young people to come into the hobby, and that's really, I think, our mission as perhaps the older generation, is to keep the thing going and to encourage kids, younger people, to buy cars, to understand how they work, to tinker with the engines. I used to tinker with the engine. I never got it right, but that's how you get it done, and that's how you get passionate about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was an honor to talk to you.
Well, it's been a pleasure, and I hope to come back next year. Thank you.
You.